Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. When I first came to the US and started talking to people and started watching online YouTubers, they've all been talking about passive income. And I was like, as a person who has no idea about passive income, how do I build that? So in this video, we're gonna dig into different source of income. We're gonna dig into how you can build them. I'm gonna give some backstory about how I was managed to build some of the different income streams, and hopefully by the end of this video you will have a strategy for yourself how in 3, 5, 10 years a portion of your income can be passive. Now, something I really want you to start with is actually to think about how much money you actually need. A lot of people, when you ask them, like if you asked me 5 years ago, Marina, how much money would you ideally need? I would say, oh my God, maybe like 200 million or 300, I don't know even why. But when you start calculating what you actually need, like, oh, I want to live in this place, this is the average cost of the house, it's how much I would need in taxes, this is what I want for my kids, etc., you end up with a sum that is a lot more moderate and is a lot more achievable. When you set goals that are super huge without breaking them down into smaller steps, sometimes it's really hard to achieve them. And of course, it also applies to financial goals. So please, please, please be realistic. One of my financial goals is to have $2.5 million invested, because if it's invested at 7%, that means $175,000 a year in passive income in case I want to sell this growth portion. And I can always go and live somewhere in Thailand or in a country that is cheaper than California and feel great and live on my passive income. So this is something that I have in mind that I really want to build soon. Now let's dig into different sources of income that you can have. Number one is, of course, income that you make by working 9 to 5. And again, it is totally fine. I don't like how people victimize every employee who works for a bigger company. It's great that you have insurance. It's great that you have some kind of stability, because if you're an entrepreneur YouTuber, you depend on the algorithm and whether people are buying from you or not, and you can get canceled. Yes, of course, there are things that happen to you if you're an employee. But anyways, earned income is something you work for. It's not passive at all. It is income that is taxed at the highest bracket in most of the countries in the world. So basically, it's money you get from your job. Nothing special, but the passive income you can start building when working for a company is your retirement plan, but you can access it only later in your life. But at least there is something that you can start doing, even if you do a 9 to 5 job with zero money left after you spend your salary. Now, business income is something that excites me the most. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I like that there is no cap. I like that if you're building a business, yes, your revenue can be zero one day, but the other day it can go really, really high. And I like this flexibility. I like this freedom. Now, when I was a kid, my mom was running a small, a medical center, like a private doctor stuff. And I was like, but mom, doesn't having your business mean that you set everything up and then you chill? Because my mom was working 9 to 9 every day, because every day something went wrong. Somebody would quit, or somebody would come in and they would call an ambulance because they were really sick to just visit them. Something happened every day. And this was the time when I realized business is actually very active income, unless you build a system that works for you. And here it's really important to note something. When you as a founder are active in your business, it grows a lot faster. We have seen and we know a lot of stories when the founder quits, even for bigger companies like Apple, right? Steve Jobs quit, and yes, they've been updating products, but there hasn't been this tremendous innovation where he created iPhone or when he created iPod. It was this whole new world. Without the founder, without the visionary, the company can continue growing, but it's going to be slower. And it's very rare when somebody is able to form a management that takes the company to the huge next level. And for example, speaking with my own experience, we were able to build a team that would continue working on products, that would continue making sure we have growing revenues. But it is only us as founders when we come in and say hey, we need to come up with a new app. We need to come up with a new product. So I would say my business, for me, it is more passive right now. Well, first of all, because my husband took over the operations, but also because we have a very strong team. But it doesn't mean it's 100% passive income. And of course, depending on the type of business, there are different types of income. You could be like my mom, of running a service business. You could be a YouTuber running a business. And I would say Google AdSense, I would qualify more as royalties. Again, I'm kind of tempted to call Google AdSense passive income because I'm creating videos and I love what I'm doing and I get paid for it. Isn't that amazing? But I also understand if I stop doing videos on YouTube, it would stop completely. Like at some stage, it's gonna last for maybe a year and a half, but then it would stop. So it's slightly passive. And business ranges from like being really, really active in your business to being involved like 5% being on the board of the business. We're gonna pause for a quick ad here, and then I'm gonna continue describing what other types of passive income you can build in 2022. One of the most exciting products that I've created that is super kind of passive in terms of my involvement is actually a book, and it could be like a PDF or a workbook, whatever you call it. And it doesn't have to be like a book where you have all the text. For example, the books that I've created have different templates for planning your day, or a template for building your vocabulary as a language learner. So there are many things you can do without actually, writing 300 pages. And BookBolt, a company that is sponsoring today's video, helps you find profitable niches for books on Amazon. So they basically would help you identify the niche that would resonate with you, but wouldn't also require you to spend 3 years of writing an actual book, because they're gonna help you with producing a low content book. By the way, selling books with Amazon is really easy. You upload your book to Amazon KDP platform, and then when somebody buys it, Amazon will print it for them and ship the book to them. So you don't really have to invest in the inventory. And when the buyer receives physical book, Amazon KDP would pay you royalties because you're the author. There is no limit on how many books the seller can upload to Amazon, and it's completely free to upload a book. Amazon charges for printing and shipping only when sales occurs. So again, there are no upfront costs. So what do you need to start your own book business? You need an Amazon KDP account, and you need a BookBolt membership to help you identify the niche. They have 2 plans, Newbie and Pro, monthly and annual terms. BookBolt gives all the users 3 free days to try out the tool, and the link is down in the description box below. Selling low content books on Amazon can be a great side hustle because there are no upfront costs, no risk, can be done from anywhere in the world. You don't need to be a designer or a professional author because these are low content books. And Amazon will basically take care of all the hard work, shipping, printing, and customer service. Please go ahead, give BookBolt a try. They have 3 free days, and you also get a 20% off discount coupon, which is in the description box. And again, as a person who's been having this workbook for years, it generates thousands of dollars for me in sales every month. I would say it's kind of passive because we mentioned it somewhere in the videos, and videos live long on YouTube for years and they keep generating sales. I think this is one of the most passive products that you can create. And also, if the product is great, like if this book that you've created is great and you have something else to sell, for example, a course, one of Linguatrip's funnels is basically this workbook, and then the upsell is the course. The conversion, if the product is great, our conversions are on 30%. So 30% of people who bought a book end up buying something else. So highly recommend it. If you're a YouTuber in education, try creating something that is low content, and that means planners, calendars, worksheets, workbooks, etc. Now, in 2019, I realized, yes, YouTube is great, kind of passive but not passive. Business is great, kind of passive but not passive. What about passive income? And this is how I started digging into investing. And in investing, when you invest, there are different types of income. So first of all, if your portfolio grows, like if it's 7% growth, so you invested $10,000, at the end of the year you have $10,700, you could potentially go off and sell $700 worth of stocks, and that will be your passive income because it grew without you, but be aware of the taxes, etc. Number 2, dividend income. There are strategies that are specifically targeting dividend stocks. For me, dividend investing hasn't been a huge thing because because of the economic cycles, dividends change all the time, and you can't really predict how big the dividends are gonna be for most of the companies. So for me, most of the investing has been basically capital gains investing. I haven't sold off anything yet because, again, my goal is to invest 2.5, get 175K in passive income in generated passive income. And then, I decided whether I would sell and cash out or just keep it there for compound interest. And also, because the interest rate is rising, some of the savings accounts offer good deals. I use Ally Bank. They have a 2% interest rate right now. Of course, not huge, but like if you compare it to Chase Bank or Bank, like huge banks, their interest rate is like 0, whatever. And when I was opening a savings account with them, because I didn't know anything. If you guys are watching this video and you're finding out new information, let me know in comments below, because I didn't know any of this. And I thought, when I started learning about investing, I was like, oh, let me put some money on the savings account. So I went to the bank and it was like 0.01%. And I was like, what's the point of this savings account? And the guy was like, oh, but it helps you stay more systematic about your spending and you're kind of, have a separate bucket. And then I learned about Ally Bank, but it was like 6 months later. But still, 2% is better than 0. Another type of passive income I'm digging into right now, and if you've been following me here, I did a series of looking for houses. The ideal scenario for me is to buy something and rent it out. And there are different routes you could go with that. You could do Airbnb, where you pay commission to someone who rents it out for you, and normally brings more money. But the problem is, a lot of different locations, they just don't allow Airbnb. Or you bought something in LA and then that county decides that they would no longer allow Airbnbs, and then goodbye Airbnb income. So it's really important that when you start looking for a property, you do your research. And another thing that you could do is just buy a property and rent it as a long-term rental and get your passive income that way. Again, I wouldn't call it like 100% passive. For me, like the most passive income out there is stock market, because you don't do anything. With rental income, if floods happen, earthquakes, somebody breaks something, it's up to you to fix. So we're renting this house where I'm at right now, and the guy comes in every 2 or 3 months because something happens. They need to clean the roof or connect some cords, etc. So it's actually work. Yes, you can hire people to do that, or you can do it yourself. Now, I love being a creator because there are so many ways you can monetize your online presence. And we talked about Google AdSense, creating courses. We talked about creating a digital product. You could do like paid memberships, etc. This is like 100% active, because if you do a paid membership, you would need to create content. But something else you could do is affiliate income. And again, what I love about creating videos on YouTube, you create a video and it lives there for years, which means it generates income for you for years. And you can make income as an affiliate. And I've been doing a lot sharing Airbnb affiliate links which they have fortunately shut down. And I've been doing Uber affiliate, and I was riding Uber for free, and I was doing Instacart for free. But this is very, very little money compared to what other YouTubers do. I know that Andrej Jik shared in one of his videos that he made over $277,000 a month promoting apps like Webull and like all of the financial apps. Financial blogging is where you can actually make very good money on affiliate income. But even if you're not a financial blogger, someone like me, more of a lifestyle/business, Amazon still provides good affiliate links and some passive income. So you basically mention them. Like most of my income these days, and it's not like a lot, it's hundreds of dollars, but still it's something, comes from a video that I made about GMAT, and I mentioned different books on Amazon, and they would be like 80% of my passive income still, and I made that video in 2015. 7 years later, it still generates money. Wrapping this up, there are so many different types of income out there. I want you to do something that inspires you the most, and something that you're the most passionate about, and try different things. Definitely try investing, because I think out of all of the things that I mentioned in this video, this is definitely for everyone, because it's easier than starting a business or writing a book or buying a rental property. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and share this video with your friends who are looking for passive income strategies. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you very soon in my next videos. Bye bye.